opened my locker when I got the part and I just took it out and was like, nobody must know.
If you go with him, no one will ever forgive you.
Rachel, you took my breath away in this. Oh. It's just a masterpiece.
Olivia, thank you so much. That's very kind.
I also can't stop clicking. It's all the time.
Absolutely. Yes. That was our entire process for basically two and a half years since we made the film. Everybody's just been snapping.
It's you know, it's catchy. The whole thing, catchy.
I'll be snapping my way into 2022.
Absolutely. That's what we want.
It must be the dream, number one, being in a Steven Spielberg movie, and two, West Side Story. How did you feel stepping foot on set for the first time compared to the final day of filming? Because I imagine it must have been so hard to say goodbye.
It was the toughest for all of us, everyone involved. It was so tough to say goodbye to such an incredible project and so many wonderful people that we got to know and became a family with over the course of the 3-month shoot and the 3-month rehearsal process. It's half a year to spend with a group of people. It's an incredible amount of time. I was terrified on my first day. I think that's a given. But I did have a moment where Ansel and I, on our final day of filming, were walking through the hot set and all of the lights were shutting off around us after we had shot the final scene that we had on the schedule, and we had picture wrapped and everything. And I turned around and looked at the fire escape that had been built by Adam Stockhausen and thought, it doesn't look so scary anymore. And I carry that with me. Now that we've seen it, it really doesn't feel so scary anymore.
Oh, I mean, the thing about this whole experience, it's like it was a dream I didn't know I had. You know, I think as a young girl growing up, I was like, oh, I would love to make movies. And that was like in a small form of the dream. You know, it's a thought. And then suddenly you're like, yeah, I'm going to make a Spielberg film. Cool.
No big deal.
But, you know, I don't know that I remember my first day on set. But I do remember the last day. But I tell you what, from start to finish, it was wonderful. It was extremely collaborative. It was warm. It was familial. It was, you know, the greatest summer camp experience with Steven Spielberg as a camp counselor I'll ever have in my life.
Watching it, I was just sobbing the whole way through. You've got the legendary Rita Moreno on set with you. Was there a moment where the relationship shifted from she's Rita Moreno, a legend, to she's a real woman and a friend now?
That's such a good question, Olivia. You came in to stump me today. Rita's just so Rita. She's so Rita Moreno. You know, she's a force of nature. She's larger than life. But she is a wonderful woman. And, you know, the limited time that I spent with her, she was very gracious with me, you know, and I'm very grateful for all the grace that she showed me, because I think she was aware that this wasn't going to be easy, necessarily. But I don't know if there's one moment, you know. I just think it sort of happens over time.
Tonight, the world is full of light.
You're working with actual legends, Rita Moreno, Steven Spielberg. What's it like to be best friends with them now?
You know, it's a wonderful gift to be able to call them your friends and your colleagues, because that was the environment that was fostered on set of a Steven Spielberg film, is that we're all equals and everybody tells the most wonderful stories and everybody laughs with each other. It was just like summer camp every single day, and getting to have camp counselors like Tony Kushner and Steven Spielberg and Rita Moreno and the late great Steve Sondheim was such a blessing.
And am I right in saying that you had a picture of Rita in your locker when you were younger? That's surreal.
I did. I manifested. I didn't even mean to. And after I got the part, I hadn't told anyone yet because I'd sat with the news for 5 days before it became public knowledge. And I thought that picture was a giveaway, so I opened my locker when I got the part and I just took it out and was like, nobody must know. But yeah, that was in my locker for 4 years of high school.
I imagine there was so much love and passion on set. Was there a particularly surreal moment that really got you?
Oh, yeah. When we were we were shooting that final sequence in America. I believe we were on 116th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue in New York City. And I realized I was doing something iconic. Like that moment where the crane pushes in and you see the entire Puerto Rican community dancing, and you see them full of joy, right? You see Latina joy. And it was just profound. It was hot. I had holes in my shoes. I was sweating, and I was really happy about it. It was one of the most special moments I've ever experienced in my life.
You deserve all the awards for America alone. It's insane.
Particularly emotional was, I mean, every day, but I constantly find myself revisiting the trauma my body felt like it had taken on after filming the final scene in the movie, where Tony has died and Maria realizes that she finally knows how it feels to hate. I just remember the tension in my shoulders and my legs that stayed with me for 2 or 3 days after we had wrapped that particular scene. And also the idea of pointing a gun at someone you love so dearly. Josh Andre Rivera is one of my best friends in the whole world, and having to point a gun at him and say such hateful things and cry my eyes out was really grueling. And that definitely was a moment where I turned around and said, I'm in a film.
I was at the premiere and there wasn't a dry eye in that room.
Oh my goodness.
The songs in this are just legendary. They're iconic. Is there a song you saw differently whilst filming this?
I really approached A Boy Like That, I Have a Love, that sequence. I really approached that from a place of, intense grief. I wanted to explore forgiveness, which are essentially central themes to that entire sequence. But I wanted to play it in a radically different way than we had seen from the 61 film. And I think it's a strength to let your grief be so visceral and to be unafraid to be seen in that way. And then to come out on the other side of it knowing that forgiveness will be the greatest act of love that Anita will ever be able to give Maria, and ultimately also in the same breath telling her she gotta go. That was something that I feel like I found a new approach to.
Do you want to start World War III?
I wake up to everything I know either getting sold or wrecked or being taken over by people that I don't like.
Keep away from him as long as you're in my house.
I'm a grown-up now, Bernardo. I'm gonna think for myself.
Because you're all one big family now, is there a West Side Story group chat? And how do I join?
Right? I'm wondering how do I join, because I don't think I'm a part of many. I would say we definitely have one. We had one while we were filming that was all of the Shark Girls, where all of the Latinas were in a group chat, and it was always very fun. And now we have one now that we're all on press tour together. It's our principal cast, and we have one of our principal cast with Justin Peck, our choreographer, and we have one that was titled, I think it's Scene 33, which is the breakfast scene the morning after the balcony scene. And so it's a group chat of Tony Kushner, myself, David Alvarez, and Ariana DeBose. And it was just because that scene changed so many times that we needed a group chat to keep track of all of the changes.
Everything you're doing in this is just mind-blowing. I was wondering, are you like one of the most annoying people to do karaoke with because you're so good?
My go-to karaoke song is Colors of the Wind, just for the record. But I actually enjoy singing badly, if that makes sense. I actually don't think I'm a very good singer. I sing by necessity because it's a storytelling tool. But I don't know. I think I'm rather fun at karaoke parties. But I don't know. You'd have to ask my friends. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't believe that you're bad at karaoke for a second. I'm not buying it.
You'd be surprised.
I have a million more questions. I wish I could talk to you all day about this movie. Huge congratulations, and you deserve all the awards for it.
Thank you, Olivia. That's very kind. It was so nice to talk to you.
This is honestly my film of the year. And weirdly, Schmigadoon is my series of the year. So I feel like we're friends. I feel like I know you.
I know. I feel like, well, it's good to see your face again because this is like we've spoken a couple times.
Yeah,
And
we
I
spoke,
always
yeah.
enjoy it.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Huge congrats. I can't wait to see what comes next. Thank you so much.
Thank you.